Didn't I say something about this? Freedom of speech. All right, I did. Hello, world. Hello, John. I guess we have to talk about football? Not that I mind, I love football. I just don't like why we have to talk about football. Let's start with the reason this is all happening. Players from every team in the league, even some the entire team, have chose to kneel or excuse themselves while the national anthem is played before the game. And that's where people think that this all starts. I beg to differ, but we'll get there. Now, some people say that this act is inherently unpatriotic, and that it disrespects our veterans and current servicemen and servicewomen. And on the other side of the argument, people are defending the players, and even the organization themselves is supporting the protest, lauding the players for standing up against something that is so prevalent as institutionalized racism, and then bickering. It isn't pretty. It's apathy versus outrage. Let's see how each side really breaks down. The people that are against it are saying things like patriotism and disrespect, and a lot of people are saying these are doing it on the clock, so they shouldn't be allowed to do it. And those are just allowed as people, not necessarily the people trying to violate the civil rights of the folks that these players are standing up for. Well, I guess kneeling down for? However, at the same time, they're not including themselves on being part of the solution. And many of them deny that racism is even a problem anymore. Now, I would love for that to be true. I would love to know factually that my brothers and sisters of all races, religions, and orientations were getting the same rights as us white folks. But unfortunately, that is just not at all true, and the writing is on the wall. It's there. It exists, and apathy and ignorance is not going to make it go away. And these players know that, and they're using their unique platform to raise awareness of it. The big to-do is that it doesn't matter if the idea of racism makes you uncomfortable. It matters that we all stand up to stop it from being a problem, so that we can put it behind us for good. Donald Trump insulted the players and called for the fine and firing of the players involved, and if he were a regular citizen, that would just be fine and dandy. However, he is the elected leader of this country, which means he's not allowed to discourage people from peaceful protest, as is granted to us with the First Amendment. He has knowingly emboldened people who are against the protest. Much the same as he encouraged more and more white supremacy by endorsing the Charlottesville March and Murder rather than condemning it. Now, for those of you that think that the players should be fired because of the NFL rules that are in place, sure. The NFL is fully and truly able to enact a penalty on the players for protesting on the clock. But the NFL gets to make that decision. The NFL is not a government institution. The NFL is a for-profit corporation. And yet many of the franchises have come out in support of their players in the protest. And the NFL has not made the decision to enact on the rules in place. Likely because they too can't ignore the reality of the problem that we are facing as an American society. They say, if I did this, I would get fired. And you're right, most would. But we're not prominent public figures, celebrities, people that are holding the attention of the nation. We are a drop in the bucket. Our singular actions will not make a difference. And what will make a difference is for us to realize this for what it is and stand up together and work towards ending this problem once and for all. What the players have done here is exactly what they set out to do. They started people talking, and they opened a dialogue. There is one more thing I'd like to point out here. I've seen the statement made that the players should be working directly with the people affected by this and help them, claiming the players don't. That couldn't be farther from the truth. Players across the entire NFL put their time, their effort, and their money into charities across the entire nation. Some have their own foundations set up just to help people. They spend time with these people helping kids in neighborhoods everywhere. For example, the Fam First Family Foundation. And here's their bio found at fam1stfamilyfoundation.org. We created Fam First Family Foundation in 2006, with the official forming in March 2011, to improve the lives of children by mentoring them on the importance of education, literacy, and self-esteem. Fam First was launched by Joshua Johnson, a quarterback from the New York Giants, and Marshawn Lynch, running back from the Oakland Raiders, who have overcome a significant amount of adversity to become the men they are today. Prior to becoming NFL athletes, giving back to the community and helping underprivileged youth succeed has always been a passion for both Joshua and Marshawn. Or maybe Blanket Coverage Foundation, as their bio is found at richardsherman25.com/pages/foundation. Blanket Coverage, the Richard Sherman Foundation, was formed in 2013 by Richard Sherman to provide students in low-income communities with school supplies and clothing so that they can more adequately achieve their goals. During his high school days, his childhood idol, Magic Johnson, came to Dominguez High School in Compton, California, and spoke to Richard and his classmates on the importance of setting and achieving your goals. Since that time, Richard has made it his focus to preach those same same sentiments and help students achieve their fullest potential. Since forming Blanket Coverage, Richard Sherman and the Blanket Coverage team has made it their mission to provide school supplies for students across America. Richard has visited several elementary and high schools, speaking to the student body on making the world a better place than when they entered it. Or maybe the Bennett Foundation, bio found at thebennettfoundation.org. Our family started the Bennett Foundation to help prevent childhood obesity. By educating communities through free, accessible programming, we hope to provide kids and families with the knowledge and resources that will enable them to make good, healthy lifestyle decisions. I'm running out of time, so what this boils down to is the players are doing what they feel is right. They're not doing anything wrong with what they're doing. They are not taking away from the games that they play. And not one single government entity, including Donnie T, can stop them. That's all I got, John. Go, sleep, and we will talk soon. Quick end screen. Our friends Devin Devine and Tony Russell have come out with Book 2 of Kiss the Messenger. Go and get it. Devin Devine, Tony Russell.bigcartel.com.